Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are here with us live for Friday Night Fights, where we are watching Rampage.
Yes. Welcome, y'all.
Hey y'all.
Happy Friday.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Should be a good show.
Jade's gonna be there, so it's gonna be a great show automatically.
Time for a drink.
What are we gonna?
No, ready.
And coming in hot, Miss Anika Wilson,
Like a fajita.
like a fajita. That's hysterical. Thank y'all for tuning in and liking and supporting the channel. Please hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. We will have more content here soon. We're gonna keep plugging away here. And what's going on with my computer? My computer is being stupid at the moment. Okay, now stop that. Oh, we got Max Caster. I gotta mute this because I gotta hear what.
You gotta give the people what they want.
And they want all the scissoring.
I guess I missed Max.
No, he's still on my screen.
When I turned it up, it was Bowen's already saying
That's where I'm at too.
everyone loves the Eclipse. Now it's Mark Sterling talking.
Mine is Ed Bowens now.
I'm at them fighting.
Oh wow! So you're at everybody. We're all at different places. That's awesome. Now they're all fighting.
Now they're fighting.
Now they're fighting.
Yeah, still not there for me.
It's still not there for me.
I got Hulu. I thought about getting YouTube
And I
TV.
might just change because
That's what I have. I have YouTube TV now. I just changed from Sling, but now I was just telling CM, I only get Rampage at like 10 p.m. on TNT now instead of at its normal time for some reason. I don't know. Well, because it's West Coast feed, so it's dumb. So I have to watch this. As Heel Steven calls it, Puerto Rican Peacock.
I might just switch to Hulu and say F it with Dish Network.
Oh no, Hulu fire. Hulu is fire. It really is now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm still drinking gin and juice, but this is the juice I switched out to this time. It's sparkling.
It's sparkling.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what made you pull a Nest the other day?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you forget that, friend.
Slamming Sammy Ness.
I'm just saying, we were concerned. We were concerned just a little bit.
It was an hour before Dynamite started. If Dynamite had started, I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
No, I gotta say, I don't miss the Wednesday Night Wars. I don't miss having to choose 22 networks. I don't.
I agree.
You really watched NXT during that time?
Yes, I did. It was every Wednesday it had to be a decision. It was like the first 30 minutes you try, and then it's like, all right, which one is it? All right, I'm gonna do Dynamite and watch NXT tomorrow, or vice versa.
Yeah, I gave up on NXT.
For me, it was made available at 5 a.m. But seeing as I had slept from like 6 p.m. till midnight, I was wide awake at 5 a.m.
So that gave you something to do. That gave you something to do.
That's hilarious.
What is he doing? Why was he just on the floor kicking up the stairs? What is it?
I love Billy Gunn's reaction. What? I didn't do anything.
He didn't. Oh, did y'all see the whole thing about why Billy Gunn couldn't be at the DX reunion?
I did not. Spill
Oh,
the tea. Spill the tea.
So apparently they agreed to everything. Tony Khan was going to set up on everything, let Billy do whatever he wanted to do. Everything's good. His whole thing was, just say that Billy works at AEW. Just put like a nameplate, whatever, and it's cool. You just say he works at AEW. Keep on going.
I did hear this.
Paul said, "I'm petty like my father-in-law." No,
man, but
I did hear that.
is that
The
hill
most
want
you
to
would
die
get
on, though?
is Corey Graves saying on commentary, "Yeah, he's working in a company called All Elite Wrestling." That's the most you were gonna get.
that's all he had to say. Or just like AEW, because like if they can mention WWE, you say AEW.
I just love how petty it all is. Like, I'm just in for all the pettiness. Like, neither company wants to say either game, and we're just going to stand here with that. We're both going to take our balls and go home. It's like, fuck. It's hysterical.
Now that's MJF's things, and when 2024 comes out, I'm be real surprised if he don't do 1 month in WWE. I'm so serious. If he don't do 1 month in WWE, I'll be very, very surprised, because the only one who's really saying WWE is him. No one else is actually like explicitly saying that all willy-nilly, like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, what I would have
I
wanted
just
Billy to be
fear-
there, yes.
I just fear a situation of people saying, "Well, he was great in AEW."
Yeah.
I fear that situation.
I think if MJF goes to WWE, he will do very well for the first few years. I think that what will end up happening is the WWE formula will prove too much even for him, and they will make him stale.
But here's the thing: I don't want him for I don't want him for years. I just want him to do this. Like, let this be an actual tour. Let this be just like a hit and quit it for 3 months, and that's it.
I still believe, even though AEW has come a long way, I still believe that if you're a professional wrestler, your ultimate dream is to headline WrestleMania. And I assume that's MJF's ultimate dream, too. I mean, as cool as AEW's become, it's still not WrestleMania. And so if he gets that opportunity, I got to imagine he would take that chance. Wow, that was a nasty knee by Josh Woods.
Josh Woods is another one that I think could go to a bunch of different companies and be a beast. Anthony Bowen has actually become that for me too.
Yeah, I agree with both of those statements. And I'm not sure. I like Tony Nese. I don't understand why he's kind of mired at the bottom everywhere. I mean, I don't know. Or why people don't like him. I like him. I think he's good. He's a good wrestler. He's got it. I mean, he's decent on the mic. He's not great, but he's decent. He has some personality. He has more than others, more than some others.
Like,
Personality doesn't come through.
Yeah, you're probably right.
he's just one little flick of the wrist of hot sauce to be on fire. He really is. It's just a matter of which hot sauce is going to work for him. Is it going to be Pete? Is it going to be Louisiana? We don't know, but he does need a flick of the wrist. This whole Mark Sterling thing. I love Mark. I love Mark Sterling, but it's not working with Nese.
I agree with that. I agree.
I think it needs time.
Hey Hassan, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being in the chat. Happy to
I
have
think
you.
Tony Nese and Mark Sterling could work, but they need like time on camera, like Dark or Dark Elevation. Play those promos on Rampage or Dynamite. Like, just don't build them up on one show. Build them up on like all of them.
Yeah.
In an actual storyline that works too.
Yeah. I agree with that too. I agree with both of those statements.
So in other news, Riho is back.
I did see that on Wednesday, yeah. And what I thought was definitely overshadowed what was a short championship match. Like I was a little disappointed in the Tony Storm um, Sheeta match. I didn't think they didn't give it enough time, and then Rio came out and overshadowed the whole thing.
I liked her coming back.
I mean I liked her coming back. I just think I don't know. I just think I don't know. It was weird. She's bigger than Tony Storm. She's more over than Tony Storm, so it's weird to have someone that's not your champion more over come out get a bigger pop, and then you're just kind of like, our champion's not that over.
I do agree with
she's
that.
the first champion.
Yeah,
She's a huge underdog babyface who got
Yep.
over without being able to speak the language at all.
no
Right.
doubt, no doubt.
Like-
She's incredible.
She's a star that transcends language barriers.
Yeah.
Like,
And is a ratings draw.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sheeta's a better wrestler, but Rio's more likable. Rio's more enjoyable to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
I like her better.
It's funny
I
they were
don't
both
know if I'd
idols.
say Sheeta's better.
Huh?
I don't know if I'd say Sheeta's better.
I think she's a better
Yeah,
in-ring worker. I think she's
Yesterday.
more versatile. She looks better in her moveset and that kind of stuff.
They're both great.
They're both great. Thank you. I think with that segment, I would have cut the Sriracha stuff. I would have cut Sriracha coming out. That was not needed. That was not
Yep.
needed at all. So let's just let Britt Baker attack Tony Storm and then let Riho come back. I think that would have gave the match more time and would have been better too.
Yeah.
Oh, just so everybody knows, Jade is on TV. CM will be back briefly.
I'm doing well on this Friday night. How about yourself, Hassan? Another week, same shit, different day. You guys can't hear my TV at all, right? Okay, good. Because that's perfect then, because I can actually hear it. You guys can't, so I don't have to actually have it on mute. Normally, I have it on mute, and I have no idea what's going on, word and talking wise. But Jade wants her belt back.
That's the thing about this segment. As funny as Nyla stealing the belt is, she did steal the belt. So
Did she? Or did she just borrow it with intention to return without asking?
without that's stealing. You have to return when asked. You can't keep it when they ask for it.
She's going to return it, but just not right now. Eventually, she'll return it.
I'm not going to argue with Nyla over the semantics of her actions.
I'm just in for Nyla and Jade. I know that.
Yep, Riho gets the demo, but they were under $1 million again. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting time for us all.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was still the only women's segment of the night. Is that not right? Well, I mean, Jade and Nyla, I guess, had a little to think about the belt, but so they had two women's segments in 2 hours.
At least it wasn't known at 9:20. So that's
That's
progress.
true.
It was way earlier in the show. It was
That's true. That's true. That's true.
CHK, he improves a little bit, but not that much. Yes, I did. I might be late to answering that question, Hassan, but I had a break. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thank God it's Friday.
There is some unfortunate news about the death of Kevin Nash's son. Rest in peace. That was very sad.
And on Scott Hall's birthday, like that's the worst part.
No doubt. They still haven't said. I haven't seen anywhere what he died from. I just saw that the Nash family wants you to respect their privacy. So I assume at some point we'll actually hear. 26 is really young. I mean, it's usually not natural causes. So, I mean, not at that age. But
I really hope Kevin and his wife get that they will need. That is something that they don't want to hear go through me.
No, that really just sucks. First got Hall, and then it's like, please just keep him, Lord, please, because
no parent should ever have to bury their child.
Period.
Okay, now here's somebody's TV.
Oh, that's mine. It wasn't Rampage though. It was a little boy making biscuits, or I'm sorry, cinnamon roll.
I need to rewatch Riho Shida All Out 2019 because so much time has passed. I need to revisit that match.
That is an underrated women's match, not just in AEW, but in all of women's wrestling. That was a really good match.
Because I wasn't very familiar with either of them when that match happened, but I got a lot more context to them now.
Right. I love having Access TV because I did watch the Moxley versus Ospreay match yesterday. I'm like, okay, I get it now. I got it, but now I get it more. And then the Ishii versus Murder Grandpa, I'm like, gee, okay, I love you now. I want to see you win more.
I know, I'm very excited. A week from tomorrow, I get to see Murder Grandpa live in Seattle, so I'm very excited for that. He's going to be at the Defy show, so.
If he chops you in the chest, you will.
Maybe I'll make a sign that says Workhorse Wrestling Network, see if we can get it on film.
Oh, Eddie.
So apparently there is some actual real life beef between Santana and Ortiz per Wrestling Insider, I guess. They were saying that Ortiz is kind of happy just getting the check and doing what they're doing, and Santana really wants to I want to wrestle. Can we wrestle and have a program and maybe be champions? And actually, so I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I didn't see Santana in that scene there. So
well, he's still
he's injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If Puerto Rican Roman Reigns wants to be world champion, I say he should strive for it.
Roman Reigns?
I don't.
Santana.
Wow.
I don't think it's that far away from the spectrum. I think that Santana was probably very adamant about doing more, and I don't think Ortiz wasn't adamant, but I think he's really go with the flow. He's you know what, it is what it is.
Yeah.
There's also an age difference in between the two of them.
Oh, how much?
Yep. There's quite a few years.
Yeah, I think Ortiz is quite a bit older, right?
Yeah.
When I heard it, I'm thinking, okay, this problem shouldn't take that much to resolve. This really should be all right, let's go on the same page and let's get this money.
Right.
For me.
Striving every day, Blues. Striving every day. Moving on up.
Oh.
Wikipedia says that
it says
they
that
were born in 91.
Who?
They're not.
They're not.
Age.
Who's born in 91?
They're saying
Santana and Ortiz.
Oh, they were both the same age?
They're not the same age.
I'm older.
Because I remember looking that up. And
Ortiz
it says Santana February 4th, 91, and Ortiz September 27th, 91.
Interesting.
Ortiz is actually half a year younger.
Interesting.
Yeah, something right about
older
that.
Than Santana and Ortiz. Are you serious right now?
That's
Maybe
what it
Ortiz
is.
just looks a lot older.
They're not the same age.
I I
Ortiz
like
is
it. I like
early.
the FTW championship, but I just don't quite understand the whole non-sanctioned belt. But yet we're gonna have title matches for it on TV,
They need to make it a sanctioned belt.
right? Just make it a belt and quit being dumb about it. Jeez.
I'm cool with having it not be sanctioned because like it makes it go with this feel of all these other company titles being in AEW, like that the AEW titles are AEW titles, and everything else is cool to have on the show too, but that they're not of the brand. And it also makes people who aren't aware go into the history and look it up of what is this FTW title, and they find out, oh, ECW, what's that? And for those younger fans, I'm happy for them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could definitely see that. At the same time, like, honestly, I get a little frustrated seeing some of these guys come out with 3, 4, 5 belts. Like, I'm like, what the hell? And they don't matter to what's going on TV and the
I don't know.
XYZ title and
I don't.
you know what I mean? It's like, come on now. I mean,
I don't know.
there's
I
a
loved
lot
it
of
when Kurt Angle did it back in the day.
there's a lot of outside indie belts on AEW wrestling, not being defended, but just out on display, and it's just kind of odd. I don't know.
At least show the match of why they're having it. Like we won the belt in Mexico. Show snippets. We won the belt in ROH. Snow.
Are
Show
they
snippets.
allowed to show snippets of AAA matches?
You gonna put the belts on then? Damn, that's a very weird.
I
That's
agree.
a weird relationship.
Like,
then
if they're allowed to show AAA matches, I say go for it. Show them winning titles over there.
But
Yeah.
that's a very weird relationship. I can send my guys over there to win the belt. We cannot show them over here.
Apparently, Anderson and Gallows have agreed to do the Saudi Arabia show, and New Japan is pissed off.
As they should be.
I guess the president's not happy at all.
Because, like, y'all keep taking these people back, and they keep fucking you over. I mean, screwing you over.
That's all right. We're not monetized yet.
I just...
But here's the thing. I saw that the Good Brothers were trolling the president of New Japan, saying that they were not involved in the booking. So what is that about?
Who knows?
Technically, they didn't. Carl Anderson didn't sign a new thing. It was like a handshake deal. My thing is, New Japan has always been there for you. You made your name in New Japan and in Impact. So don't screw them over for WWE, who has shown they will drop you like you are nothing.
Yeah, don't act like you're young and this is your first run with WWE and you don't know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there before. You know the deal. Like, you've been wrestling forever. You've been in WWE a couple times. Like, you know what I mean? So.
But honestly, like, no offense. After the whole, what's his name, Brian Wilson situation, we're still doing handshakes. We still doing handshakes now. We ain't putting nothing else on paper.
I'm not gonna fault them because I understand they feel lucky and they're gonna milk their careers for everything they can. They're gonna get that cha-ching cheddar and they're gonna take it home and they're gonna live life. And good for them. I get it.
Like, no offense, but if I'm putting the belt on you, we're putting a contract. Okay, so we're doing 3 events. You'll drop the belt when I tell you to drop the belt, period. Ain't gonna be no handshake on that deal. I'm sorry. Ain't gonna be no handshakes, period.
And let me just say, the next time they get fired and they make Talking Shop-A-Mania 3, I will buy it to support them.
I can't. They just...
It was a lot.
Their brand of humor just is annoying and douchey. Like, when the Young Bucks do it, it's okay because, like, you have, like, Brandon Cutler, you have Hangman, you have other personalities to balance it out. The Good Brothers are literally 6 seventh grade boys who have just found out what their lower
Puberty is.
Okay, we have on my screen. I have the baddies.
All right, so you're like 36 behind me.
Is Blue about to get pregnant? Yep. That pro was going today. Yep. Blue, no drinking, no smoking for the next 10 months, sir. Oh, she got a tan too? Oh, yeah.
Layla, I'm just saying, I wasn't sure what her ethnicity was. No offense.
Ain't she like black or something?
I think she is. I'm not sure. Not that it matters, but it's aesthetically pleasing to the group called the Baddies. For me, it's aesthetically pleasing. I knew she was black.
It matters. I know. Oh, she from DC? No, wrong lady. No, this was a real wrong lady.
Oh wow.
Oh, she got engaged.
Who?
Layla Gray.
Okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm not posting that comment, Blue. I'm not showing that one.
I hear it, Blue. I can hear you all the way over here. No, Blue. No, we're not joining you in that. We're not.
The thirst business? That's hysterical.
Oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Right? It has gone off the rails officially.
Now,
So
we said worse.
Well,
Owen Hart conversation.
So
I didn't say it.
did you like my idea of replacing the CM Punk chants?
RN
Hunk. RN Hunk. RN Hunk. I'm sure Ryan would appreciate it.
That's funny.
I think we're gonna do that. We need, or you could just chant for Pretty Peter Avalon. PPA, PPA, like that goes together.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
All right, so my people with music with Jade. So what's the business? Cause I thought she was gonna hijack Rampage. Now we ain't doing that no more. Why?
I think she might be getting her belt, or she has it back. I don't know.
Well, she was in a little segment earlier where she didn't have her belt yet, so
Right.
Maybe she's going to look for Nyla so she can get her belt back. Look, y'all are asking me to make sense of a dude, and I'm almost sober. So like, I am not.
And you know, he's not really gonna let it just be Jade for an hour. Like,
as much as I would appreciate that, and I think a lot of other people would.
Yeah.
Do y'all want to watch Halloween Havoc? Look, I don't watch the product. I don't even have USA. I don't have Peacock. And what time does it come on?
I believe it's 7 o'clock or 8.
yeah, I think it's 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I'm trying to think. Look, I just don't want to watch the shit. I don't want to watch it. If they want to watch it, I will come up here.
I was gonna say, if somebody wants to join me, I'll watch it. We'll do a watch along if somebody wants to join me. Sammy,
Blue,
Anika, Blue.
I love you, Blue. I love you, but I
don't think I have plans.
If my spawns go to bed on time, I will pop in. If they do not,
oh my gosh!
All right, so I guess
right?
I guess we'll be here for a Halloween Havoc watch along tomorrow night.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Right, 5 p.m. Pacific. So
Lord have mercy.
join us for that. See, adding content on the spot. You ask and you shall receive.
Bruh, somebody tweeted, I drove Bret Hart one time and we almost got into a car accident. He said, thanks for keeping me safer than Goldberg.
Oh,
The day the Iron Sheik and the day Bret Hart lay their heads will be the saddest day on my timeline ever.
Let it go. Like, don't let it go. But in your heart, let it go. Oh my God.
You know, you said you said that, and it reminded me of hearing Jim Cornette say he's going to live. He did a diet thing, lost weight, so he could live long enough that he will be able to piss on oh, what's his face's name? Grave.
Russo?
Yeah, Russo.
I remember that.
Yeah, Jim Cornette. Jim
I-
Cornette lost weight so he could live long enough so he can one day piss on Russo's grave.
I'm not even gonna lie. And this is how bad it was because I just Vince Russo's face just makes me want to like vomit and smack him with the vomit. I hope and I pray that Jim Cornette is able to make that happen. I will buy like the gravestone for him to be able to piss on it. He will probably die pissing on the grave.
like they're both in the hospital bed, and it's just like, yeah, beat him, beat him.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all if I pop in for this Halloween Havoc show, 1, I'm gonna be doing work, and 2, I am going to be shit talking like nobody's business. So, just so y'all know, if y'all want that to happen, please make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment because that way more of people can hear all the stuff. And more people will know that Nikita Lyons needs to go because she's like a charisma and talent vacuum, and that Tony Khan sucks as a booker.
This is your fault, Blue. If it's your fault, we was gonna do this, but no.
Hold on now. Like, how are you like Gorilla Glue girl stuck, or like activist stuck, or like how stuck are you?
I mean, do you prefer them asking you to watch Halloween Havoc over them asking you to eat peanut butter and pickle sandwiches?
I will eat I will walk to the store
Oh,
to get
nice. Is it over?
to get some eat peanut butter pickles. I will put some cheese on it too.
Oh my God!
I've had a peanut butter and cheese sandwich.
Look, I've had wish sandwiches before, so you know, mayonnaise.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Like, huh?
Oh.
A wish sandwich, like you wish you had some meat in it. That's what a wish sandwich. Shit, Willow, you ain't got
mayonnaise and tomato.
That bomb was bomb.
I had bananas and mayo. My grandma would make those for Fridays when it'd be too hot. Yo, if Willow ever turns heel, like
no, it's gonna be worse than Bailey turning heel.
You deserve it.
More fun.
People like heel Bailey, and I just don't get it. Like, I think she's a terrible heel.
I think Bailey has always been a heel.
You gotta love. Okay.
She's such a better face. Like, I do not like her as a heel.
I like Bailey as a heel. She's always been a heel.
Oh, here we go. Jade and Willow.
Here. Look, I know what's coming, but y'all don't have to spoil it for me yet. I want to see it in action. Blue is also for more than 9 months. It's more like 10.
Willow is all elite.
Finally, let's go.
Tony cut the shit and give her make sure she get her stuff.
Excuse
I mean
me.
that. I mean, they really could have just waited at least 2 more minutes to let her back in the light of her in the contract.
They could, but it's also just an hour-long show.
And really, Jade's not the type of person to like. I know Blue said, "Oh, he couldn't congratulate." Jade wouldn't congratulate her. Jade would be like, "Nah, get out of my ring." Like that's perfect for Jade. Like I don't. She's not gonna shake her hand and be like, "Oh, congratulations."
You know, and I'm up for any storyline that basically just says, "Hey, Nyla, just have some fun."
All right, well here you go. You wanted the show held hostage by Jade. That's what you're getting. I don't like that yellow shirt she's wearing. Gold colored, whatever.
The
Fucking.
shirt is fire. I wouldn't have paired it with the shorts. Maybe. Thank you. Like again, to bring a little sense into this very, very funny storyline. But why isn't that Tony Khan doing nothing about this belt situation? I'm just saying.
She took her part. Damn, she a DC chick for real. Security, y'all know y'all cannot handle Jade. Why? Why are y'all even doing this?
Just once. Can security handle anybody? Just
No.
once. Just once.
Hold on.
Yep. I know. Go ahead.
Pause.
Who's this nigga?
Get him.
You can shut the entire seat of the hell up
Gone somewhere.
and eat a bag of dicks, because what we not gonna do is call a black woman a man because you couldn't get no pussy if you tried.
I'm just saying.
Can get up out of here with your little comments, because you wouldn't say that to her face, let alone anybody else.
Grim Reaper, why? Because you white as pale snow. I'm just saying. Probably bone.
Always the ones that can't get none. Always the ones that can't get none.
Grim Reaper because your dick is dead. I'm sorry.
Shit. Be mad at Jade. Be mad at yourself. Blue Chew exists for a reason, sir.
We ain't got time for this, homie.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tolerate none of that here. Nope.
Ooh, but on the good side, we got Tanner Reach and Orange Cassidy.
I wouldn't mind that match. I would not mind that match at all.
This is interesting.
Yes, see, yes. You have a belt defended. Period.
How would you guys feel about Hangman Page becoming a heel?
Hold up, what?
How would you feel about Hangman Page becoming a heel?
I'm for it.
I would only want Hangman Page to be a heel if he is going to be with the Elite. And that is only because Hangman is so likable by himself. I don't know if he could pull off being a realistic heel.
I think he just let him be a tortured tweener. That's all you gotta do, be a tortured tweener. Like I'm tortured, I'm so depressed, I'm just going to spread the depression out of everybody. I don't need to be like an exact heel where you just
he's already
stuff for no reason.
A cowboy.
I don't know. I think he could use the whole storyline of the injury that happened. I mean,
now in my mind,
getting knocked out by a lariat, his own move.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real and say it like this. I was about.
He could turn this into napalm heat.
I was about to go to Norfolk because I was like John Moxley. Her Hangman.
You must not die. What did you do? No. They can definitely use this, and they should definitely use this. In my mind, I thought it was gonna be used like, okay, you know what? Enough of the BS. Enough of the BS. I done got clotheslined for no. If I got close, I just blah blah blah. Wording gets hard. I just got clotheslined. I didn't even win the belt. Enough wasting time. I'm tired of wasting time. I'm gonna go for what's mine, and in this and right now in this way. No one's standing. You know what? While I'm saying it out loud, that's a heel turn. Nothing standing in my way of getting that belt. Nothing.
Especially if he does this all to MJF, who's having this little baby face phase. If he just comes in, guns blazing, cowboy shit, I'm gonna knock your head off.
How you change my mind like that? Okay, now he need to be a heel. Okay.
Okay, but what? Hear me out. What if he turns heel, and then it helps MJF get the belt, and his reasoning is Mox injured me, and if Mox had done better, CM Punk wouldn't have won the belt back and cost him time with his friends.
That could work, but then Mox would have to flip it on him. He's like, you lost to him first, boo boo. You the one who started this.
And like he could take out like some of his friends. He could take out like Eddie Kingston, Claudio, Willer Yuta. Like they could all, like if the Elite come back together, minus Cody, they could literally take out all these people, and it's all Mox's fault. They would obviously leave Brian alone.
Also minus Marty Skrull.
Marty's girl.
We don't talk about Marty because I like his wife. So
his wife is great.
If Hangman is so over as a babyface that however they turn him heel, they have to do it very carefully, because if it comes off bad or in any way hokey, it's going to be really bad.
Well, it could also be interpreted as tweener if the fans, react a certain way.
I think he's going to be really hard to make a heel.
Hold on. Are y'all seeing this main event thing? Like that Mark Henry does? He was like asking Orange Cassidy, like, why would you interfere in getting this guy's business and like put your belt on the line? And Orange Cassidy's like, I don't know. I just felt like
That's a classic Orange Cassidy. I love it.
Okay, look.
And so last minute too.
I know people don't get Cassidy, but it makes sense. He doesn't care. Belts don't phase him. He just wants to go out there and, fight a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely have some good chemistry, Blue.
We really didn't have a main event until this. That is so wild.
Right. I mean, 10 versus Roosh could be alright, but that's not main event. That's really an opener. Like, it should be an opening match.
I think that would be a banger, because I think 10 has grown a lot, but I think if it was 5 against Roosh, it would be even better. Of course. Look, okay, pause. Did Stu wrestle at all?
Thank you! My mind went there. I'm like, hold up. They're not in Canada anymore. So he just did a backstage segment and that was it?
So far.
Come on.
I hope that's not the case.
Well, we haven't seen him wrestle, that's for sure.
He said, you think we're in Canada, you think I would have missed this, and you don't do nothing.
So you're saying, Blue, that El Toro Blanco's theme was better when El Toro Negro had it. Bruh, I wish I could have done this when I was a kid.
Right?
The sad part of like why he gets to do this.
But like, if you could do it in your full blown glory, yes. Yeah, he take you behind every wrestling event. Let me fake beat the top person for the belt, all that good stuff.
It's the weekend, Blue. Ain't nobody got no big times.
No Rocky this week. But I like Rocky.
Romero?
Yes. I like Rocky Romero too.
So underutilized.
I'm always a little disappointed when I see Trent without him.
That would have been a really good program. Like it has to be for the belt. That would be a really good program with anybody. Like them versus not Elite.
Custody of Trent.
Claimed. I'm like, there's opportunities, man.
Well, you had Roppongi Vice. Why didn't you use him more?
Because it's Tony Khan.
I like Roppongi Vice way more than Best Friends.
From him.
It's like having Motor City Machine Guns come in for only one match. It's like, how do you do that? Right. Just one?
Mm-hmm. Because Tony Khan don't like black people, vaginas, or TNA. Period. We already settled that.
So he doesn't like the So basically, that all combines to being TNA, by the way.
That's funny. It totally does. I think Danhausen could work with Dark Order.
That could work. It did make sense.
You know, that was always the biggest struggle with TNA, though. The men's singles division. Like, they had great tag teams, and they had great women. It was the men's singles division that you were just like, oh, all right.
X-Division was fire.
This is what they're doing again? Okay.
Are they really just going to do this?
Oh, Jeff was that fucked up tonight? Shit. Okay, well. Oh, well.
Okay, were you here when I said, like, who let Jeff Hardy get past the, like, who let him get past Gorilla when he was that messed up with that match with Sting?
Did they keep their job? That's what I want to know. They could have not have kept their job.
If they kept their job, dear God. Well, then again, we do have, politicians their jobs.
I love that Roosh does the Naito pose.
Is it the Naito pose?
Yeah, essentially.
What?
I mean, he's got his hand up on his other hand up, but yeah, essentially it's that Tranquilo pose.
TNA was mentioned, so I just immediately thought back to Samoa Joe back in TNA. I don't think there was ever a wrestler who I both liked and disliked so much at the same time. Like, he was a good heel.
He's a great heel.
He was a very good heel.
He's a better heel than he is a better face. Than he is a baby face.
He was a face. He was a heel.
No doubt.
Samoa Joe was always a heel.
No doubt.
Like, I could love him and hate him at the same moment. And, like, not too many wrestlers I can feel that way.
His personality does not really lend to ever being a real baby face.
Right. I feel like he's the sweetest guy in real life then.
Right?
Right?
Oh, see, man. Oh, out, man. Like,
choke him out. Oh, he's going to whip him. Oh, there you go. I like Roosh.
I think Vince let Samoa Joe go because he did not want 3 Samoans named Joe on the main roster.
Nah, he let Samoa Joe go because he was too fat. Vince doesn't like fat wrestlers.
I tuned in to watch WrestleMania because I saw Samoa Joe in a poncho. Only Samoa Joe in a poncho could get me to want to watch WrestleMania.
He liked Otis, but it's because Otis did it for comedy.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because Otis made fun of himself being fat, for sure. Because he'd eat a big turkey leg and make a joke out of himself being a fucking big fat guy. Instead of wanting to actually be taken serious as a fucking athlete and a wrestler.
But Otis really is a really talented wrestler. When Otis was much smaller, Vince didn't see that in him.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Man. But like, Blue, I don't think I realized how.
No, Blue. No.
But hey, you watch UFC and you see guys like Mark Hunt, like.
I mean, Otis is also like a collegiate wrestler, was he not? Or
I think so.
Hassan, thank you for we feel special. I don't know if you meant that in a shady way, but
Right, I was gonna put it on the screen, but then I wasn't sure if he was like joking or if he was being serious. So I was like,
if you want to get shaved there, sir.
I
but if
don't
you're
know
being
what
serious,
that's
we
in reference
appreciate
to.
you too. If you don't, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
But nah, like man, I don't think y'all realize how much I wanted Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns Part 2. I was like that.
We all did. Well, let me speak for myself. I wanted that too.
That was money on the table. I mean, 2019 was just the cream of the crowd. Talking about my family. Correction. I already said something about your family. I'm like,
You know, part of me would have been down for them to be like Extreme Rules. Now we take you live to the NXT parking lot for some reason. They're just brawling. It's like, what are these guys doing here? What are they even doing here?
like let them be in the same arena or just in like while NXT.
This is an entirely different town. What? Why are they here?
Like,
Just
while they're like, while I see people are leaving, the main event people are coming in. Like, what you doing? Well, what's up? Well, what's up? Bow, bow, bow. They have some of the camera just running into the parking lot.
Samoa Joe may have been the only person to ever have survived the NXT parking lot.
Right?
If you told me I had to go wrestle in NXT, I would not go to the NXT parking lot. I would like go underground and come up and in. I
spend all your money on a jet and just land on and just like somehow just land on the top of the building and come down the fire escape. It's just
I like swing over there.
It's not just enemies; it's friends too.
Yep.
Like that's the number one place to get betrayed.
I feel like it's like some type of curse, and you step in the parking lot, and it's just like you know how the Sorting Hat on Harry Potter is like, what else should I do in the NXT parking lot? It's like,
You can get kidnapped by gangs and serial killers. Serial killers will kidnap you in the parking lot.
Serial killers just roam freely, free range serial killers in the NXT parking lot.
That
cult leaders.
NXT's
Cult
next
leaders.
title.
Okay.
NXT parking lot champion.
Oh, there you go.
That could be the new hardcore championship.
Who is a better cult leader, Joe Hendry, old Bray Wyatt, or what's the one in Joe Gacy?
Joe.
Who actually rephrase that? Who's more believable as a cult leader? And I have to add one more: Joe Hendry, old Bray Wyatt, Joe Gacy, or Bo Dallas.
I'll take Bo Dallas over Joe Gacy because when I heard Joe Gacy, I heard Bo Dallas. Like I believe, like Bo,
leave,
like Bo leave, like oh, you know. So so they X each other out.
I would like to step in here. So when you say believable, like I would say Joe Hendry, but here's the thing: is that Bray Wyatt did it with the fans, and it actually worked. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Bray Wyatt's the best at it.
Joe Hendry has people
Joe Henry's second.
who look like they have grandma, uncle, cousins.
He does.
Clapping on beat.
And that song is very catchy.
Bray just had them singing "He's Got the Whole World in His Hands." They sang that at church anyway. But
see,
Joe Hendry has clapping on beat. Do you know how hard it is to get wrestling fans to clap on beat?
But you know how many Christians are singing this song and don't be feeling like they being blasphemous? He's got the. I'm like, no, like, wait, hold up, wait, I can't sing this. It was like 2 or 3 times where I had to stop myself. He's got the. Wait, no, sorry, sorry, God.
He's a cult leader.
I mean, I find myself believing in
Say hi.
Oh, hey, you guys.
Say hi. I don't think
He's like, no.
He's like, no.
He's like, that's it. I'm off.
That's it. I waved.
Blue,
Like,
Blue, you get pregnant every time you see her on screen. When she comes back, you can have your moment with her
Yeah.
again.
I mean, she on the payroll now, so you're gonna see her more times. You're gonna see more than ever.
And Blue wanna love her long time, so
Go half on that baby.
I was looking forward to a 5-minute "You Deserve It" chant for Willow, but yeah, Jade needs her TV time too.
we had to get that. We had to get that one women's segment, that 1.5 women's segment over, so Tony Khan could feel good about having multiple black women with vaginas on screen multiple times. Oh, and Hispanic Heritage Month is over, but he had some Hispanic flavors in it too. But wait, it's Native American History Month, or it will be soon.
Man,
Nyla is half Native American, so say demos. Good job, Tony Khan.
like let me choose my month. I feel as though I'm not sure we choosing the month for all these stuff, but I'm not about to share my month with other people's. I'm sorry, like Black History Month. Why am I sharing this month with President's Day and Valentine's Day? And it's only 28 days out of the month. No, I want to choose March. Ain't nothing going on but March Madness. That's really drunk college kids. So y'all need that month. No.
I tell you did not just say March Madness.
I didn't go.
Ain't nothing but bullshit. See, this is how I know. This is how I know you ain't from the South. This right here is how I know. Every year, it is on site between Duke and Carolina. We don't even care about who wins.
That's why
it is on site. It is. It's always about us. It will forever be about the Battle of Tobacco Road.
The only time it was lit was 2007 when the Gators was getting it on. That's the only time it was lit for me.
See, this I know you ain't from the South.
Just as long as you preface it with for you or end it with for you, because that rivalry has been hot forever. Like that's one of the biggest rivalries in all of college basketball. That's must-see TV all the time.
I was watching Rampage. I missed like 99% of everything that was said there. I think I heard something about Duke.
Yeah, we were talking about
the only thing
basketball.
I know about Duke is mayonnaise. So cheers to that.
Oh my God, y'all freaking!
I'm not sure I know that reference. I'm not sure what Duke has to do with mayonnaise, but
Duke mayonnaise it's a mayonnaise called Duke mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
That had nothing to do with the
I was saying because we don't got Duke mayonnaise out here on the West Coast. I never.
Duke mayonnaise is an actual mayonnaise, whereas Miracle Whip is not actual mayonnaise.
It's eggs, vinegar. You can put it in the cake if you want, and it be bomb. It's that kind of
interesting.
Hellman's and Duke's, only two that I use. Hellman's.
Yeah, Best Foods is Hellman's. That's what we have out here. Best Foods. It's essentially Hellman's. It's the same thing, same company.
Come on, 10. Do it for -1. Or Stu, whichever one.
Man.
Freaking fibromyalgia.
You know what's happening.
I'll accept it.
You know what's happening.
Now, when Pat comes down there and hits him with the hammer, I don't even care. You did, Blue. You did call it.
You did call it.
You called it.
Yeah, you did call it.
Back to college basketball. I'm from North Carolina.
Did -1 just talk a bunch of shit to Roosh?
As he should. Talk your shit, young man. Talk your shit.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's talking a whole bunch of shit to Roosh. That's funny. Ken's carrying him out. His little arms are flailing, and he's talking that little shit.
One gives full-on male Karen vibes sometimes.
What are we, like 6 years away?
Probably. Yeah, what's he, like 12?
No.
I think he's
Is
13.
he 12? I was like 10.
Well, maybe.
Man, I don't know.
He's tall. He's very tall for 10. Like I thought he was a little tall for 12. He's very
these
tall.
These new kids are huge.
It's all the hormones and the milk they be drinking.
Look, my baby doesn't drink milk. They eat like yogurt or whatever. And this
Right.
child, I'm 5'5". This child is almost up to my chest.
Damn.
And she said, I don't.
I don't.
Well,
I done told her when she gets taller than me, I'm gonna just kick her in the kneecap when we argue. I gotta keep her off balance.
The kneecap.
You're like, come here.
rest
Come
in
on.
peace to Brian Munster there.
Yeah, Muster.
Yeah.
Aw. Cheers, boo boo.
I think I missed something.
Oh, y'all want my list?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now just
Do we want to give our MVPs and LVPs and match of the night first, and then go into Sammy's list? Put a little bow on tonight's Rampage, or
Oh man, I watched that entire show. I didn't spend any time thinking about MVP or LVP at all.
Night Blue, be safe, take care of your baby.
MVP Jade for having multiple segments. Love it. Keep it up.
As a
Rampage is only an hour, but you just get a couple minutes of Jade here and there. We're golden.
Right.
Golden.
thanks, Blue, for being with us.
Jade and Willow get MVP.
Willow.
Willow's my MVP for the night.
Oh no, actually, I'm gonna take that back from Jade. While you had multiple segments, Jade, you also got your car stolen. You know, not
that makes you feel bad.
I don't understand why you didn't have like a boot on your car. Like you know.
No, bump a boot. Like, what kind of bootleg car did you have? You didn't have a lock on it.
Girl, it's easy to.
Don't incriminate.
I'm gonna say
Hypothetically, it's easy to steal some of these cars.
I'm just gonna say I think the worst that's gonna happen is some shredded lettuce in the floorboard. Car will be fine.
What if she wants to, stop at the headlights and swerve? She can mess up like headlights. Vicky's screech could like break some windows.
Bam, that's it.
Oh, Marina could be so boring that the car just, dies of boredom.
So who's y'all LVP for the night?
LVP.
Mine is Jade.
I think it's Jade. You did all that. You still didn't get your belt back. I don't understand.
That's fair.
Is it a cop out to give it to Sterling?
It's never a cop.
Because it's kind of his job to be the LVP.
Yeah. How dare you take the scissoring away from the Acclaim? How dare?
We want it back, guys. We did it.
We want it back. We want it back. Now it's all good in the hood.
For the moment. What about you, LW?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. That's tough.
We don't have one.
I guess I'd probably Jade for just not getting their title back and getting their car stolen.
She could be MVP and LVP tonight.
She could be MVP and LVP. I kind of want to give MVP. I kind of want to give MVP to CHK for making Willow all elite, but
no,
I hate giving them the credit.
No, oh,
it shouldn't have took this long. No,
right? You're right. Nah, MVP is Willow. LVP is Jade. Match of the night. Who y'all got?
Trios for the All Oceans title.
The opening match, or you're talking about the triple threat, the main event.
Triple threat for the all of the Oceans.
Yeah. Yep.
Byways and highways.
Yeah.
I like the women's one because we saw a lot more offense. We saw development of women who are not usually given a decent amount of time on TV. Yeah. We saw them have a relatively decent amount of time on TV. I liked it. So I'm going with the women's.
I'm going to go with the tag team match opening the show.
Sammy, who you got?
Defending the title.
I think I'm going to go with the opening.
It was a good match.
So, what happened to Penelope Ford?
right? She was supposed to be. It was supposed to be her against Willow, but for some reason we got Layla Gray.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
I don't
didn't
know.
know that.
I don't know why
Okay.
Penelope didn't make it, but
Because I like Penelope.
I
And she's
do
doing
too.
better.
don't know
Like
why.
who's doing this?
And honestly, the Willow Penelope match might have been my favorite match of both of them when they had it the last time. So I was
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing it again.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed when I saw when Layla Gray's little music hit in her. I was like, "What?" I read the card like 3 times. She's not supposed to be on the show. They didn't say nothing about Layla Gray. And then Willow came out. I was like, "Well, where's Penelope Ford?" So yeah, I was
Yeah.
definitely a little disappointed about that. I think they would have had a better match. Not that it was bad. There was nothing wrong with it. And you know, Layla Gray deserves some TV time too. So it is what it is. But I would
And
rather
there's
see
more
Penelope
story
Ford.
behind Penelope and Willow than just
Yeah.
Layla and yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, injury.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh come on. Jeez Louise. Dad, you don't let it be serious, man.
That's
Someone
unfortunate.
is saying like maybe it's kayfabe.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
saying like maybe it's kayfabe, but that was what Tony said.
Okay.
He was interviewing Jade.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, Sammy, you want to give us your tag teams? You want to start with your tag teams or your 3 people to beat Roman Reigns?
Let's go 3 people to beat Roman Reigns.
Go ahead.
So
Fire
first
'em off.
off,
Number 3 or number
someone
1?
within the bloodline.
Okay.
Could be Jay, could be Sam.
Okay.
That's
So
what Sis said.
number
Or
2,
Okay.
Cody Devontae Rhodes.
Yeah.
When did his middle name become Devon?
when he ended racism, bruh.
That's right.
When he stood up for all the black people.
when he said his mixed children were going to end racism.
Oh my god.
Come in, win the Royal Rumble, win at WrestleMania, beat Roman, and end racism again, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out this summer.
All right, and number 1?
Number 1, I got to give to Bray Wyatt.
See?
That's insane. Did you watch the show?
Well, I did, but I already had that picked up before.
That's insane, though. That really
Right.
is.
Right?
It's Bray. It's the feud that never ends, but just kind of grows.
Also, sometimes it doesn't really happen either.
As
It doesn't end and it doesn't happen. And it's like,
Right.
Vince, that is money left.
Whether Bray needs a title or not, WWE wants to put a title on him, and they've got to do that. Roman Reigns has both of them, so something has to give there.
Here's also the thing: is that everybody said that about the Fiend, and I agreed with it about the Fiend. This isn't the Fiend.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah, no. Like I bump the rules of the new person needs to rub. Bump the rules of no. Because sometimes you wait too freaking long. What happens? Brock Lesnar beats the freaking streak. So no, okay. Story. Give me a good freaking story. Get the belt off of Roman and let's go.
First things first. We need to get to know who this Bray is.
I agree. I kind of hope he's not that whiny kind of Bray that was doing the half baby face kind of promo the other day. Like, I don't like that Bray. I don't like that kind of timid breaking when you're talking, like almost half crying, whining Bray. Like, I don't like that.
Well, I don't think that was Bray. I think that was Wyndham.
Yeah? Okay, well, whoever
Wyndham
then I don't like that Wyndham.
He is not down for. Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Well, he's just I don't he's supposed to be Bray Wyatt and he's like
well, that's just it. Like it's Mark Calloway.
Yeah.
Like it's not the Undertaker, it's Mark Calloway.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear what you're saying.
What we saw was Wyndham. We didn't
I
see
know
Bray that night. Wyndham came out and talked to us.
Well, I prefer Bray Wyatt.
That's fine. Most people prefer the Undertaker over Mark Calloway too.
Yeah.
We
Man.
prefer Kane over Glenn Jacobs, definitely.
Yeah, right?
Like,
You can say that twice.
don't spit it
It's
out.
very interesting that he's against what he's against. That he was electrocuting Shane's testicles. I'm just saying.
That should be on TV more. Like, why
I
is
did
that
not want
on TV?
alcohol to come out my
Electrocuting
nose.
Shane's testicles.
I was very scared there. You
That's
making me
probably
laugh at
that's
that
probably
moment.
the best. Sorry, for me, that was Kane's probably one of those. Okay, there you go. With his mask off, that was probably the most favorite moment of Kane that I ever had with his mask off when he burnt Shane's balls. No offense. It's like why
So
is
last
no
week
one
we did.
turning out to help him? Is this
On Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday we did top 10 tag teams and 3 most likely to beat Roman Reigns. Sammy
Yeah.
missed the show, so he's giving us our list now.
No, Blue. He's a few things I can't say on YouTube, not for fear of monetization, but for fear of getting the channel.
So you want top 10 or top 15?
Top
10.
10.
top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10.
We're
Okay.
limiting you there,
What
Sammy.
was
We're
y'all
limiting
All
you. We're
right.
cutting you off.
list?
Number 10.
Yeah.
The New Day.
Okay.
Number 9. Wild Samoans.
Oh, all right. They didn't make anybody else's list.
No, they didn't.
Interesting.
Number 8. Rock and Roll Express.
Okay.
Which
They didn't make it.
I don't.
They were 15 on my list.
Number 7. The team that is probably responsible for me being a wrestling fan today, because my dad was a huge fan. The Briscoe brothers.
Oh, we forgot about them.
There you go.
Number 6. The British Bulldogs.
All right. Yeah.
It was
Number
more than
5.
one?
Huh?
It was
was more
him
than
and
one?
Dynamite Kid.
Oh
Yep.
wow!
Dave
I
Boy
know
Smith
it
and
was
Dynamite
more than
Kid.
We don't talk about Dynamite Kid.
Oh, sorry.
He did the flying headbutt, and well,
And well.
We don't like Bruno. We don't.
I don't think there's a happy story about anybody who did the flying headbutt.
Brian Danielson. Landed Brie Bella.
Dot.
Has 2 children.
Was able to come back to his career after a 3 years hiatus.
All right. That was 6.
Yes. Number 5. FTR.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 4. The Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
And
They were on everybody's
then
list.
my top 3, which these 3 just kept moving around and moving up and down. And so the position they landed on was number 3, the Road Warriors.
Okay.
The Road Warrior pop. They have to be in the top 3. Number 2, who I think is one of the most revolutionary tag teams, who I think personally changed up the way that tag teams functioned inside the ring. The Steiners.
They were
They were on my list. They were number 11 on my list.
I think they were number
And
7 on mine.
Number 1, who wasn't on anybody else's list, and I am flabbergasted about, the Brainbusters, Arn and Tully.
I mean, I had the 4 Horsemen at
Look,
number 4. I mean, I had the
don't
4
agree
Horsemen.
with you.
Any amalgamation of however you put them together, but yeah, sure, absolutely.
I don't like
Okay.
Tully Blanchard.
I mean, I understand that. I was thinking best, not favorite.
But
When I think
also,
best, I think they're number 1.
were they
DM.
really that good? Like to be ranked
DM?
number
I
1?
thought so.
DM.
I thought they were the best tag team out of the 4 Horsemen.
They very well might have been.
Like,
But they're not near as decorated as the Dudleys or the Hardys.
Well,
It's
As
not
far as
nearly as
titles
decorated.
go, I mean, they're not.
When I think back to that era, I don't really think of I don't think of Tully. I do think of Arn. I think of like the Andersons.
Mm.
Arn and Ollie.
Yeah. The Anderson family, yeah.
And I'm surprised you did not have the Freebirds on yours.
I'm surprised you didn't have the Hardys on your list anywhere. Or the Dudley
Freebird,
Boys.
We knew he was.
they were in the top 15.
Now you said the Rock and Roll Express, right?
Yeah, Rock and
Yeah.
Roll Express.
Ricky
number
Morton
8, I
and-
believe.
And
What made you put them on your list?
You don't like the Rock and Roll Express?
No, I do like them, but I do also find it fascinating. Like none of us thought about them, and I don't think they get the respect they deserve. So I want to hear more about like
I was thinking of so many tag teams, like the Blade Runners or Edge Runners, and I was thinking of the U.S. Express, which the U.S. Express probably ended up being number 16, which I feel bad about, but made Blackjack's number 15 for me.
No,
official tag.
Not in my top 20.
No.
Sorry, Blue, not in my top 20.
Like I love D'Lo and Mark Henry, but were they like an official, and that was the hard part for me. Like, is it official tag teams? Like, who are the best? Or
they were on my list, but outside of the 10, they were at like 12 Blue. Rock and
But now that I'm thinking about
now, they would be in my favorite, not best. They would be in my favorite.
They were in my best.
We gotta do a list for best factions, because that's like, I think of them, Nation of Domination.
Are we doing best or favorite?
Cody and Arn Anderson. I'm thinking of
favorite
the Four Horsemen. So that's why I'm like, they're not a tag team. They were a faction. So we gotta do a list for best factions somewhere down the line. Yeah.
The more that I think about it, I really feel like we were all kind of wrong to not have the Rock and Roll Express. Like,
I had them at 15. But they weren't in my 10. Yeah,
in our top 10, because they really did kind of give us modern day wrestling.
They did.
Back in the day.
They did.
Like the whole top 20
paved
is
the way.
Freaking stacked. Like,
it was so.
Yeah, you didn't have the Rockers in there.
It's so many people.
I don't even think they made my top 20.
That's insane.
I kept coming up with new ones as we talked, and I was like, okay, well, what about this promotion? What about that promotion?
Yeah.
Y'all stress me out with that.
Like, I love Beer Money, but like I don't think Beer Money even hits my top 30. Because,
Beer Money
there's
made
so many great tag teams.
I had Beer Money at 16, and that's where I stopped.
I loved Beer Money. I think that they did a lot for Impact as singles and as a tag team. Because
it wasn't supposed to work.
You think
right?
We don't talk about sexual chocolate, Blue, because then we have to talk about the hand and
right. What? Oh my God, that is seriously, for me, that and the whole dog food. Those are the two worst things WWE ever did. The hand with Mark Henry and Mae Young was, oh my God, I'll never forgive Vince for doing that.
No, we still got Vince with the secretly covert incest stuff that he got.
Yeah.
And
also,
you got grown men
Express.
kissing
I don't
Vince's
think anybody
ass.
named Midnight Express, and they're
you right.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think we went
they're
back
in my top 20, but they're probably like 19.
And it was hard for me, like if my parents didn't say anything about them and I didn't see them, they're like out of sight, out of mind. So they never say anything about Rock and Roll Express or Midnight Express. So that's why, yeah. Even though I do know of them, but yeah.
So the Rock and Roll Express really gave birth to modern day wrestling, like wrestling period, but especially tag team wrestling with like some of the flamboyance, the teamwork, some of the moves and stuff. They really did a lot.
Barry Windham and Ron Garvin.
You just keep coming up with new ones, and I really don't like you right now, because now I'm going to or like WWE Network and watch all these old things.
So we put together a unanimous 5, and I think New Day was just. Was it the Usos?
It was New Day / Usos.
Usos at 5, at 4.
Four.
It was the Usos / New Day at 4.
Yeah, and they were number 10 on my list.
So
it's for me.
They weren't on my list, but that's just because I forgot about them. There were so many tag teams. It wasn't an intentional thing. Had I thought about them, they would have had a place. So.
And they're not done yet. They could pass up the Wild Samoans for me in the future. I don't know about the Rock and Roll Express because Rock and Roll Express is still going on, so I'll still keep on adding up for them. Who knows? They could pass up the Briscoe brothers for me eventually.
You know what? We should have put the Quebecers up there just so we could say PCO.
PCO.
Like, and that's another thing is the Briscoe brothers might mean more to me than they mean to other people because Jack Briscoe was my father's favorite wrestler. And so when I'm getting into wrestling, of course, I'm going to see my dad's favorite wrestler.
They were a throwback for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like them.
His brother Gerald, does he still work for WWE?
I think he
Does-
retired. I think I saw when
He retired?
retired. And I think he retired before the whole Vince scandal thing happened.
Ooh.
Just because, you know, getting up age, and I think Pat Patterson passing just kind of
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like when you work with somebody for 20 plus years, like
Yeah.
that'll.
I don't think I could do that.
And
Yeah.
One
So
thing that
I'll
surprises
say-
me is Michael P.S. Hayes. Like he has had a high caliber job for so many years and gets so little recognition for what he does.
Yeah.
He was the first Hardy Boy manager. Hey. So I will tell you, I got really back into wrestling because of Lucha Underground and seeing Prince Puma, aka Ricochet, and Bill Shot, aka Swerve Strickland, on that show. It was they just had like the storylines were interesting to me. And it did get me back really into WWE. But I was also the person in college who did not miss like a SmackDown or a Raw. Like I bootlegged all the cables. So I could watch. And
When I got back into wrestling, I binge watched all of Lucha Underground and all of NXT to catch up to what modern day was.
Lucha Underground was my introduction to Lucha Libre. I cannot speak as much Spanish as I would like to, but damn it, I understand that shit. I'm like, get them, beat them.
I watched Psychosis and WCW when I was like 4 years old. So that was my understanding of Lucha Libre.
Juventud. Juice.
Yes, the juice.
Yep.
My first Hispanic crush. Being a 90s kid was fun.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
Did you guys live in a WCW household or a WWF one?
WWF, because my dad saw a lot of the WCW wrestlers when he was younger, and he said F them, and we watched WWF because he felt like Vince was a better representation of North Carolina. Now
funny. I don't come from a wrestling home like my dad, or nobody ever liked wrestling but me, so I always watched it on my own, and I liked both. I like WCW and WWF.
So my dad stopped watching after the finger poke of doom. So because of that, I missed the David Arquette stuff. So I grew up without a hate of David Arquette. Like I know him from Scream. I love David Arquette. David Arquette's amazing. And I found out
missed that.
15 years later, oh, he was WCW champion? I never knew that.
It wasn't his fault. He told them he didn't want to do it like that. He did try to train and uphold it the best as he could. He didn't want that. That was something that they forced on him.
For me, it was neck and neck until 1998, 99. We went to the house show and nobody came. The WCW house show. And we did not know the difference between a house show and a live show. So like, all right, it's going to be like TV. No, it's not. Like, when I say no, it's not, I mean, Sting's not there. Ric Flair's not there.
Yeah.
NWO is not there. It's like, what the hell? Lex Luthor's not there. It's like, what? Those people were there were the Steiner brothers and Booker T. And I think that's when, all right, we'll wait till 8:30 when Warzone comes on, because this is stupid. This is stupid.
Like, I feel like I didn't get into WWF until the Attitude Era was coming to a close. And like the Attitude Era, I had to go back and watch.
Attitude Era
Really?
was not all that good, to be quite honest. From a wrestling
Because
standpoint,
I was a WCW
really
household.
wasn't.
I didn't, WCW was on.
So
I
the
was
Attitude
watching
Era has
WWF.
produced probably the biggest stars in WWE history, but as far as
Yeah.
wrestling goes, the in-work, actual moving around wasn't all that great.
Like 1998.
Well, you had Eddie.
Yeah,
Mm.
you did. You had Eddie. And you had
Like,
some
you
guys
had
that
Eddie.
worked well. You had, I mean, he who should not be named, always worked well. But
Lance
as much as
Storm,
What?
Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
We're gonna pretend you were saying one of
No.
those names. Dean
Yeah,
Malenko
yeah.
or Lance Storm. Yes.
Look,
The Rock,
Yes, they're
if we're
amazing
doing
too. Let's
if
continue
we're doing a
on.
list of
That's
favorites, The Rock is number one on my list. But he left a lot to be desired in the ring too. Honestly, I mean, he wasn't the greatest
if
in-ring worker either.
I will say Chris Benoit's name because Chris Benoit, the wrestler, was very talented.
So,
He
oh
did,
my gosh.
He did a whole lot. However, Chris Benoit, the person, did the most vile and disgusting thing that anyone could ever do.
That whole situation has me conflicted because I don't.
Right.
That's not. He was never in his right mind when he did that. Like, you
And
have CTE. I mean, yes, you did the steroids, and if the steroids contributed, that was a conscious decision. But the CTE, which he clearly had, that's a big issue. I mean, your brain is not functioning properly.
his
at that time.
actions have at least given us a safer product at this point.
I
Yes.
will say that.
Oh yeah, no
Just-
doubt,
That is the only good thing that has come out of that situation.
no doubt.
Well, it also happened at the time that it was coming out for football too.
Mm.
It has given us a lot more. It has given
It's
us
still too soon, Blue.
and I
Jeez Louise, this is why we can't go freaking long. Let's wrap this up.
I hope that his oldest son is able to achieve his dreams without having extensive facial reconstructive surgery.
Mhm.
Pray for the soul of those that were involved in that whole situation. Is there anything else there?
Best attitude era years, I would say 1998 and year 2000. Those
Where
are 2
are we
years we want to
in
go
the
back.
Attitude Era?
I don't know. I don't think you should sleep on 96.
What are the actual
The
Attitude
beginning
Era
of it, yeah.
years?
But
We got to
I
define
mean,
the years. Right?
When are the years of the Attitude Era?
Like
for
96
me.
is like when Bret Hart was like doing his best, in my opinion. Like he had the early 90s run, but like 96.
Oh, you talking to a Bret Hart hater over there, so
Oh my
Is that
God.
really true?
All I'm saying
I didn't
is
know
for
that.
people who give heat on my baby, you should just thank heat on
Wow.
Brett because he was in the closet with his foolishness. And he had people to say to protect his reputation. Don't mean he wasn't doing the same amount of dirt. That's all I'm saying.
Gonna say here is I love them both, and I have problems with them both.
Goldberg.
Okay. I can't say anything positive about him.
Neither can Bret Hart.
Attitude Era is 1997 to 2001.
I
I think that starts a little late and ends a little late.
say
Real
95.
let's start
I think it's like 90, like 95 to like
I would say
2000, right?
95, and I
90
would
to
actually
99.
I would say it ended in 2001 with Kurt Angle spraying Stone Cold Steve Austin with the milk truck.
Okay.
I would say that's the end of the Attitude Era. But most people would say it's the get the F out. That's what most people say. I think it's
Right.
the milk truck. Kurt Angle spraying Stone Cold Steve Austin with milk. I think that was the end of the Attitude Era. Hello, ruthless aggression.
Hello, ruthless aggression.
So this says that it started in 97 and ended in 2002.
Oh,
I say 95 to 2002.
like I won't argue with when the years began because that is kind of iffy. I think the year it ended is more debatable than how it began. It's like, do you want to end it with Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania and Stone Cold retired?
I've heard that too. I think it's the milk truck, which I think was September 17th of 2001. I could be wrong, but that's my guess. September
Right.
17th. It's been over 20 years. It's a little hard to remember.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's like because Brock shouldn't be in the Attitude Era, and he
No.
debuted in 2002. So that's I'm like no 2002 blah no. It's like he is not he is not an Attitude Era person. Do not put him in that era. So that's why I'm saying 2001.
That's fair.
So for my list, my number 15 was the Blackjacks,
Okay.
which if anybody out there is not aware of the Blackjacks, Blackjack Mulligan is Bray Wyatt's grandfather, and he was in this heel tag team, and they were like the best heel tag team for like a decade, so check them out.
Was that his grandfather or was that his uncle?
His uncle was Barry Windham.
Barry
Windham was in like 4 different tag teams, and all of those
Kendall
tag
Windham
teams were great. He was also in the 4 Horsemen.
Yep.
Like, you can just make a list of Barry Windham's tag teams, throw a dart at it, you're going to hit a good tag team.
Yep.
I just want to draw attention to the fact that Blue says, "What is y'all's most embarrassing wrestling moment?"
I could tell you mine.
My mom fell asleep, and when she woke up, Mae Young was giving birth to a hand, and she just thought that I was insane for continuing to watch wrestling.
I was.
Oh my gosh.
I was in a robe, crying my eyes out as Mr. Wonderful and King Kong Bundy were beating up Hulk Hogan. I must have been about 8 years old, and my mom was like, "What are you doing?" I mean, I was sobbing like it was terrible, and it was it's all bad.
I'm trying to think if it would be Kerwin White or the Spirit Squad. I feel like it'd be one of those two.
Kerwin White, male cheerleaders, the Spirit Squad actually were good. Kerwin White was good for no one.
Leave Chavo Guerrero alone.
Oh God, that was disturbing.
That was disturbing.
Like it's a social commentary that I don't.
The hell are you watching?
Or I don't know if y'all were watching during the time that Meat was a thing.
Oh yeah.
And they just made him do a bunch of degrading things. And again, my mom was just like, no, if I want you watching this.
Yeah, like, for a lot of my formative years watching wrestling, it had kind of a negative stigma. Like everyone was like, "You watch wrestling?" Like it's become much more mainstream in the last 10, 15 years for everyone. I mean, more people I know watch it now than ever. I mean,
well,
I never had people to talk to about wrestling before.
like I remember wearing wrestling T-shirts in middle school. I'd get a bunch of comments about it. Like, that's fake, right? Like, I could not tell you how many times.
I took business classes and distance learning classes so that I could have Wi-Fi and a laptop or desktop computer so watch NXT on WWE.com. I made friends on the message board. I was that girl. I was like, I don't like any of you people I go to school with. So I'm gonna watch my wrestling.
Yep.
Like, for me, I don't have any embarrassing moments because my dad was right there with me. So it wasn't like it was by myself. Like it's like get out of here. No, it's like you see this? Yeah.
Right?
You change the channel?
I was just gonna say, I guess we done.
Minutes.
I mean, my dad would like come through sometimes to just be like, look at it, and just be like, white people shit, and just walk away.
Yeah, that was my dad or my mom. Both of them just shake their head like, "What are you doing?" My dad took me to a wrestling event. It was local at our fairgrounds. It was WWE. Hercules was supposed to main event, Hercules Hernandez, but he didn't show up, so it ended up being just a terrible card. But it was, I mean, I had fun nonetheless. I mean, I must have been, I don't know, 11 or 12, but yeah. He was like, this is all fake. I'm like, yeah, so.
Just don't tell your friends.
I still don't know what's going to happen. Just because someone backstage knows doesn't mean I know.
It's still real to me, guys.
That's my argument now. Like, yeah, sure, it's predetermined, it's prescripted, but I didn't write the script. I don't fucking know. Like, it's a surprise
my
to me.
sister's
like,
my sister is one of those people who, just watches reality TV, and that's fine. I get it. I like scripted television. People are different.
TV is scripted,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, reality TV scripted too.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and be real with everybody watching. Anything that you can place a bet on is scripted. It is predetermined, because if you think them people ain't out there betting on or against themselves, you smoking some good stuff. They just
saving points.
Much.
Yeah, Floyd, she's looking at you.
Like, I can guarantee you that some of Tom Brady's teammates got bets on him now that Giselle ain't around.
We're not even gonna talk about Tom Brady's career. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else to say for tonight.
All right. So if there is nothing else to say, look, I don't watch Keeping Up with Kardashians. They If I want to watch white trash television, I will watch The Gypsy.
I haven't kept up at all. Just so everybody's aware, I have not kept up at all with them.
I watch News Network before I watch Keeping Up with Kardashians, and I don't like none. But
I like some HGTV.
We will be back a lot. Well, okay, so y'all done talk them three, and for sure to watch a Halloween Havoc tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna get it
I
right.
may be here. If I'm here, you're gonna see me crocheting and talking shit. So otherwise, come back and join us on Tuesday for our
we don't have a topic yet.
our podcast, where we are going to probably argue for longer than we actually need to about whatever the topic is. That is what we do. We do it with love in our hearts. And Sammy Joe is not going to pull a mess next week.
We've been doing a lot of bests. Might be time to do a favorite list.
I agree.
Or worst. Either way. We'll figure it out. We'll tell y'all.
Yeah, we'll post it on, pay attention, stay tuned on Twitter and Facebook. We'll post it on there before the show.
You will always find out. We'll probably we'll figure this thing out. We're here. We'll get it. Whatever. That will be next Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Central.
Heyo.
We will be back on Friday to do another live Rampage watch along that turns into a bunch of rambling about stuff that has nothing to do with Rampage. That's who we are. We are those people. Feel free to come in and join us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Find us on Twitter. You can't miss us because we're amazing and awesome like that.
What?
We just sound like that. No, Terry is not. Blue, see, this is blame it on Blue. Blame it on Blue.
I told you to wrap this up.
I'm wrapping it up now, okay? Don't get out the clock for me. This is not.
You know what? Shout out to Sean Spears, having a baby. Congratulations. Love to have you back in AEW.
He is kind of bad for now. So yeah, that is it for us. We will see you. They'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably see you on Tuesday.
Peace, y'all.
Bye.
Later.